It's the 2K
Real bowler.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche Latina in the NBA. An annual tradition celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Looking at San Antonio, they took the win in their last game against Miami. And I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by their win, but, guys, by what an emphatic win it was.
And it goes back to what's been their strength, really, on the interior. From a defensive standpoint, they just defended the rim as well as you could.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive the way they did it, guys. They were alert, they were active, they were aware, and their reaction to shots was outstanding.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at the Rockets, Toney, he's in at point guard. Porter is out there with Fox. Then there's Armstrong. And it's Capella in at the center. Makes a big high bounce and goes in.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now, here is Toney. He had 10 points in the win against the Warriors in Oakland.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Leonard with no one around. That's short off the rim.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Here's Toney, 7 points in the game. 5 to shoot. Right through the D for the layup. Toney's got 9.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Here's Levine. He's covered by Armstrong. Levine kicks to Young. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Rockets have gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Here's Levine, coming off a solid outing against Miami. Fox, no good. Houston in the lead. And a wide open look for Freak. Kept alive. Here's Armstrong. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Armstrong's got his first basket. Passes to Fox. Screen by Young. Right side Leonard. Shoots from the baseline. Rockets with the rebound. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Here's Levine following the basket by Freak. Levine passes to Fox. And that one's good. Fox has got his first 2 points of the night.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Now, here is Toney. 11 points in the game. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Toney's got 13.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And now, your first dance team.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break.
He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. Coach putting the pressure squarely on his shoulders by asking him to be the key man in the offense. It's not something they ask of him every game, but when they do, he can usually handle it. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And here are the Rockets now, following the bucket by the Spurs. The dish to Bazemore. Now, here is Toney. D right on him. 1:05 left in the first. And a whole new 5 on the floor. Here's Toney, 13 points in the game. Taking a look at the Rockets. Toney, he's in at the point. Fox is out there with Otto Porter Jr. Then there's Armstrong. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here is Toney. Guarded closely. Just 4 to shoot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the West is stacking up. You look at the Rockets. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, the San Antonio Spurs. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And, you know, right now for San Antonio, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
He'll not drop through. That miss puts him at 6 for 10. Spurs trail by 5. Dishes to Bullock. Hits it from three-point range. Bullock's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Toney with it. 13 points in the game. Good on the baseline, Jay. Toney's got 15 points.
Oh, terrific move there. I think he may need to check those ankles. He's just left the defender on the ground.
That is a highlight and a half, guys, or a highlight plus. Anytime you shake a guy out of his shoes like that, it's going to make the rounds for sure.
Count it, and the Houston leads been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Fox.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now, here is Toney. 15 points in the game. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And, Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Now, here is Toney. 17 points in the game. To the middle. Fox kicks to Capella. Toney. Good defensive work there by Young.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
To the left wing. Here's Bullock. Money from the wing. Bullock's got 5 points so far. Rockets have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Toney dishes to Porter. From the arc. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Spurs trail by 4. Kicks it to Levine. There's the pick on the top of the key. They get the rebound. Fox. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
They pounded the ball inside.
And that concludes the...
Well, Coach Casey...
Waiting, and the streets paper chase supreme pages. Now stop the presses. Listen up, this is not a lecture. More like a message with a flow.
Here we go, San Antonio. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
He created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Fox is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Young, and it's Levine in at the 2. That's the San Antonio 5.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Spurs trail by 6. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Warriors provided a nice lift. He ended with 10 points and flashed his range a few times in the process. A performance like this is what we've come to expect during this great run of his. Will we get another one tonight, guys?
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, GA?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight. Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
3-pointer. Here's Young. Rockets with the rebound.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Now Toney, 19 points in the game. Makes it off the glass. Toney's got 21 in the game.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Leonard with this screen on Armstrong. Here's Levine. The 3-pointer off the mark.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Spurs trail by 10. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Toney against Leonard. It's Toney on the wing. 21 points in the game, just 5 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot up. And Houston again with the bucket.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.